Mel Richardson's your fourth-ranked quarterback prospect. What's the biggest difference between him and the guys who are ahead of him?
Like guys touched on it, I think everything about him, but I think the late, great Bill Walsh summed it up about evaluating prospects, quarterbacks. Tell me what they can do. Don't tell me what they can't do. And what he could do, and Dan O called this game. It was against Utah, September 3rd. They're an underdog. He, to me, after that game, looked like, boy, I wrote it in pen. #1 pick overall in the 2023 draft. And then the Kentucky game and the other games. And it looked like he was a little bit rattled, a little overwhelmed, but that was maybe because of the lack of experience, okay? So you saw in the Utah game what he could do. Let's bottle that game. Let's try to become consistent with that, figure it out, get him to Josh Allen's guys, get the infrastructure around him, and in 3 to 4 years, he's going to be a dynamic runner regardless, one of the best running quarterbacks in the league. If his passing skills can be replicated from the Utah game, carry that forward, you got yourself one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. I think the key is going to the right team.
Yeah, for me, Mel, I think more than the weapons around him is for really that first year to have a really good quarterback coach, a really good mechanics-driven, or a guy who excels at understanding the mechanics, really the lower body mechanics of the footwork. And Kay, I'd like to get your thoughts on it as well with Mel, because again, I want to attack the inaccuracy issues. I think there's a very big difference between being inaccurate and mechanically flawed. A lot of guys that are inaccurate, they just can't throw. Like you can't throw. The ball doesn't come off your hand the right way. The release is very non-natural. That's where I don't see Anthony. I think he's mechanically flawed from his feet, essentially. And I think once those feet are married, attached to or tied to his upper body and throwing motion, that's when I think any of these accuracy issues are completely null and void.
Yeah, I think it's really telling, kind of like I said, that at times his mechanics look fine, right? Like everything about them looks fine at times. His release looks great. His footwork looks great. He looks so good making those off-platform throws. It tells me that there's not like a fundamental issue here. It really is about consistency and marrying it to the concepts that he's asked to work in with.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.